Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Karl Fitzpatrick.
Southeast Radio.
Good morning, I'm Karl Fitzpatrick and welcome to Business Matters. Now, before we meet our first guest this morning, I'd like to bring your attention to a newly introduced grant scheme for commercial ratepayers. The Restart Grant Scheme opened for applications yesterday through Wexford County Council. The grants will be equivalent to the commercial rates bill of the business in 2019, with a minimum payment of €2,000 and a maximum payment of €10,000. This support will be available to businesses with a turnover of less than €5 million and employing 50 people or less. Eligible businesses must have been closed or had their business impacted by at least 25% in turnover out to the 30th of June 2020. It's a contribution towards the cost of reopening or keeping a business operational and reconnecting with employees and customers. More information can be found on wexfordcoco.ie. Now, as businesses return or prepare to return to their premises, the Sustainable Energy Authority of Ireland has launched an online energy academy which aims to reduce energy costs. Here to tell us more is Andrea Carroll, the SME Engagement Programme Manager with SEAI. Andrea, what is SEAI's Online Energy Academy?
The SEAI Energy Academy is a very recently launched online training platform that digitally, really what that means is that I'm sure everybody's getting very used to doing learning and training online, especially at the moment. There's so many organisations and bodies that are making use of it. Well, this has been in planning from the Sustainable Energy Authority of Ireland for over a year, and it's a way to make energy training and energy management training easily accessible and freely accessible to businesses.
And what are you hoping to achieve through the platform?
Look, I suppose we're always hoping to achieve and hoping to help businesses, especially small and medium businesses, to reduce their energy consumption. That's really good for your bottom line cost savings. So that's obviously one big benefit. But what we want to achieve is that we want all businesses in Ireland to feel that they are supported in making a change from their business to reduce their energy impact, but also then their climate impact.
So typically, who are you aiming this online platform at?
So the platform was really developed with small and medium businesses in mind. That's been the focus of my programme, and we worked with a lot of experts from within SAI and outside of SAI to develop appropriate training that really looks at what business needs and translates a lot of technical and very detailed information into really interesting, unique, graphical, gaming type modules that can be done really easily online on your mobile or on your computer to learn more about how energy efficiency can work for your business. But we really have done this with small and medium businesses in mind. When I was designing it, I was thinking about a hairdresser or a coffee shop owner or somebody who really can never take time out of their business to think about energy efficiency, but could benefit from some of the messages that are in here.
And generally, from SEAI's experience, what are the major challenges which businesses face in addressing energy efficiency in the workplace?
Yeah, I think there's two sides to this. The first thing is a challenge that businesses face on an everyday basis, which is mainly time. Time is such a challenge to all of us, especially when you're running your own business or you're an employee in business and you have targets to meet. So trying to find time to think about where you can save money can be really difficult. And then the next thing, I suppose, that a lot of companies have been coming to us saying that they want to be more sustainable, or they're not sure what that means, and they're not sure what their carbon footprint is, and how can SEAI help. And so for us, we wanted to be able to offer them a support that was available at a time that suits them.
And what type of online training will companies be able to complete on the Online Energy Academy?
Yeah, so we've launched it with, I think there's 11 modules there now, but there's also courses that you'll be assigned to. So you can carry out an individual module that will take about 15 minutes, and they range in topics from an introduction to energy and climate, which is really basic. There's one on office energy efficiency for people who are working from an office environment. And then there's also specific technologies like lighting and refrigeration, which will be really useful to the retail sector now because they're under so much demand and they really don't have time to take out of their business when they're supporting the rest of the country. So there's lovely little technology-based modules there. There's also two really nice innovative modules, one around behavioural change, which is around how you influence other people to make changes in your business. And the techniques that are there, they're applied for energy efficiency, but you can apply them in lots of ways in your business. And then the final one, and this is useful to every type of business, is how do we read our energy bills? This is one of the biggest things that comes up in our training, that sometimes businesses, because you're not looking at it all the time, can find their electricity bills really difficult to decipher. And often just by understanding what you're being charged for, you can save costs immediately there. We've seen people who carried out this module save costs up to thousands of euros immediately.
And while you're joining me this morning, maybe we could use this opportunity to inform business owners about how to read their energy bills.
Yeah. So look, the first thing that you need to do is to go on and look at what you're being charged and what you're being charged for. There's some numbers there that you'll need to be familiar with, and there's some letters there that really, I suppose they're acronyms, MPRN and PSO levy. This will all be quite familiar to you, but what I would say is sign up to the Energy Academy, www.sai.ie, Energy Academy, and go straight to the energy bills analysis module, and that will give you within 10 minutes the tools that you need to fully read your electricity bill.
One of the misconceptions that lots of people in business have is that when they read the energy bill, they think all of these elements are fixed costs. They don't realise that some of them are variable in that respect and are somewhat negotiable.
Absolutely. And look, it might not even be that you need to negotiate, which I know that the energy companies are very open to doing, but it might be that you're not on the right tariff. And if you're not on the right tariff, if the capacity that your business is identified for is too low or too high, that can significantly increase the cost of your electricity bills from tariffs that you're being charged for that you shouldn't be.
So what level of energy savings could businesses enjoy by increasing energy efficiency awareness amongst their employees?
From anecdotal research that we've done over the years and working with a lot of different types of businesses, what we've identified is that just from making behavioural changes alone, never mind finding changes that you can make to your electricity bill, just behavioural changes alone, small things, turning off the lights, turning off your computer, turning off the printer, making sure that you're using your air conditioning correctly, we would say the average saving that can be made just from those changes without any investment upgrades is about 10% of the cost of your energy. So you have literally nothing to lose by logging on and completing some of these modules. You also have an opportunity if you complete a course, and we'd encourage most people to do the general business course at the moment. You also have an opportunity to download a certificate once that's completed, and that can be displayed on your website or in your premises once they're all back open again, to demonstrate to people the commitment that your business has to being more sustainable and more efficient.
And have you ever considered if a business owner completes this online training on the Energy Academy and receives their certification, that they could then get a credit off their electricity or energy bills in respect of completing that course?
Yeah, look, I think the potential for what we could do with this is it's really significant. I guess as the National Energy Authority, we're a government body, so we don't have any influence over what different energy providers might do with this. However, this is the first step. Like, if we see that there's a lot of demand from this and that businesses are using this and becoming more savvy, we're absolutely talking to the energy providers on a very regular basis, and they're watching to see what's being done with this. So I think the potential for this kind of technology, particularly for online learning technology, is really significant. So I'd say to businesses, get in early while it's free and easy. Do it now. And you know what? It gives you more leverage to talk to people, to energy providers, to companies that you might be thinking about for doing upgrades in your business in future. So you literally have nothing to lose by engaging with this platform.
So if any of our listeners want to take part in these training programs online, how can they get started?
Yeah, so go straight to the SEAI website. So it's www.sai.ie/Energy Academy, or you can go straight from the front page anyway. There's a really simple registration process, but I would just say make sure that you fill in your business sector, because what we'll do once we know your sector is we'll sign you up to a course that's relevant to your business. Then you can decide to do a 15-minute module just to try it out. Like I said, you can go straight to electricity bills if you want, or you can complete a course. You could ask, maybe some of your staff have a little bit more free time at the moment, so you could ask some of your staff to do this training now and then put in place some of the ideas when you're actually back up and running again. So it's a really good time for this, and it's a really good opportunity for businesses to do something that's proactive and helps to support their business and also to support their staff.
And are you concerned that due to the pandemic, energy efficiency may move down the list of priorities for business owners?
I think it only makes sense that it would. I mean, we're all worried about what's going to happen, and trying to keep energy efficiency at the top of anybody's list is difficult at any time. Right now, I think it makes sense that people would be worried about the long-term sustainability of their business. So from our perspective at SEAI, we're doing everything that we can to support businesses during this time. And we see the opportunity that energy efficiency affords to people to make cost savings, but then also to avail of reputational benefits and to give them somewhere to start to feel a bit more in control and to benefit their business. So absolutely, we're not saying that this should be top of your list. We're just saying here's something else that you can put in your arsenal to help you recover now.
And finally, Andrea, how do you envisage that the renewable energy sector in Ireland could be affected as a result of COVID-19?
Wow, I guess that's a really good question. None of us know what's going to happen. I think, maybe the environment will benefit from this. The renewable energy sector obviously may not, because we won't have boots on the ground as quickly. But I think we've all learned something from what's happening now. And I'd be hopeful that when we do have the government back in place, particularly potentially with the Greens in place as well, that we've all learned that the environment is really key to how we live, and it's become more important. So I'm hoping that we're going to see an upsurge in people talking about this once we are back into recovery mode. So eternally optimistic, I suppose I'll be, but that's, we don't know the future.
Well, if you've just tuned in, that was Andrea Carroll from SEAI, and I would certainly encourage local business owners to avail of this valuable resource and lower their respective energy costs. And while we're on the topic of energy, the Commission for Regulation of Utilities has recently implemented a temporary supply suspension scheme for non-domestic customers impacted by COVID-19 restrictions. The scheme is available to small and medium-sized businesses that have been closed due to the COVID-19 restrictions. Any customer who opts to enter the scheme will have no energy or network charges billed for their business premises for the duration that the measure is in place. In effect, the consumption for their supply point would be estimated at zero and their fixed network charges will be suspended. For more information on the scheme, you can contact your energy provider directly.
Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Karl Fitzpatrick.